So Iowa are undefeated on the season, and they've just come out of two really tough game spell. One against a ranked Baylor team. One was very much a survival against an unranked Miami team. And I have to say, like, everybody was coming into this season. The talk was Iowa have their first 5-star since Caitlin Clark. Iowa have their first 5-star since Caitlin Clark. How good is Addie Deal going to be? Who's an All-American? She's one of the best players in the country. And I'm going to be honest here. There is a star at Iowa who didn't really get much, who wasn't really there last season, especially in the regular season. But we saw those couple of games coming towards the end of the Big Ten tournament and in the tournament where Ava Hayden looked like the best player on the team. Ava Hayden's the best player on this team. Like, they had, obviously against Baylor, she killed it. Stolke, look, Hannah Stolke, in my opinion, of all the Fever draft picks, and I need to make one of these member-only videos very quickly, talking about the horrendous, like everyone mocking these players that have been garbage to the Fever. And Hannah Stolke, seamless. Absolutely seamless. For Iowa, Addie Deal played 15 minutes. A bit of a concern, I have to say. A bit of a concern considering Taylor Stremlow is now back at point guard. That's a bit of a concern. And she's just, you would have thought maybe she would have come in, done a little bit more, turned the ball over a lot, not shooting well. She'll figure it out. Like, look, we saw, again, last year, we saw it took Ava Hayden until the Big Ten tournament to break in. But Ava Hayden's the best player for Iowa. Like, her size, length, finishing ability, she had 20 points again. And in fairness, like, sorry, she's been their best player this year. Stolke's probably their best player. Let's be honest. Stolke is probably their best player. But, yeah, honestly, it's one of those things now where you've got Stolke, you've got Hayden, and then you've got, like, Stremlow, chit-chat when she comes back. Like, this is a good team. But Miami nearly pulled it back. Like, this was a game where, oh, they have Gal Raviv. She's very good, by the way. She's very good. Was she not putting up serious numbers as a freshman? Yeah, she was like 18 a game at Quinnipiac. She's very good. Like, I remember watching her in the U20s European Championship. She's really good. Obviously didn't have the greatest game today. But obviously, look, Iowa pulled it off. And Iowa are 6-0 on the season. Like, that's a good start. I think, was it last year was the first time they ever started 8-0. And they're definitely going to go 9-0. Like, they are absolutely. They're not going to lose to, is that Western Illinois? They're not going to lose to Fairfield. It's not like Lou Lopez Seneschal's coming back. They're not going to lose to Fairfield. And they're not going to lose to Rutgers. Not this year's Rutgers team. Maybe with Destiny Adams and Keomi McMiller, they would have had a puncher's chance. Not this year's Rutgers team. I still call Iowa over Iowa State. Like, Iowa State haven't played anyone good this year. And, like, Drake are absolutely terrible. And they only beat them by 27. And, like, I just don't know. I don't think Audie Crooks is nearly as good as people want to say. Like, everybody's talking about Audie Crooks this, Audie Crooks that. But I'm like, I don't know. You kind of just get her in space. You get her in space. Like, I know she scores more points than minutes played sometimes. Most of the time. But still, I would be Iowa over Iowa State. Hey, there's a good chance Iowa go undefeated in that to that UConn game. And there's a good chance that Iowa lose one game coming into Big Ten play. And that's really where you want to be on the season. That is, especially now when you've got a bona fide, like you have got a Final Four level 4-5 combo. I mean that. Hannah Stolke, Ava Hayden is a literal. It is a literal, that is a 4-5 combo that if you saw in the Final Four, if Iowa make the Final Four suddenly, they match up to anybody. Like, they match up to what UCLA are going to bring out. Like, I would love to see her against, coming up against, again, UCLA, seeing how she gets on against Lauren Betts. Because, in fairness, like, I do think Hayden, a lot of the time, plays, not that she plays bigger than she is, but she plays big. She plays big. And on the season, she is just killing it. Again, the 2 games that mattered last week, she's averaging 20 points a game. Did she have 20 in this game as well, did she? So she had 18. She's averaging 19 points per game in the games that matter. 15.8 on the season, but I don't care how many points she scores against schools that aren't going to do anything. Just like, again, with the whole AZ Fudd thing, it's like, I didn't care how many points AZ Fudd scored in other games. I cared that AZ Fudd had 31 points against Michigan. And not only that, she had 31, how she had 31. I thought she had a genuinely, not like it was super efficient. Didn't shoot well from 2, but shot super well from 3. And like she is like she's one of those players that I would have no problem taking her with 3rd in the draft. It's just with number 1, you kind of want to swing for the fences. You want a superstar, and AZ Fudd's never going to be a superstar, but there is a 0% chance of AZ Fudd busting. It's kind of like Sonia Citron a year ago, where it's like, oh, do you really want to waste a pick that high on Citron? She made an awesome. AZ Fudd's not as good as Citron, but it is still like one of those things with her that she is like, you absolutely have to. You have to go and like draft her high. But with Ava Hayden, again, I like how when it matters, she steps up. Like last year, in fairness, as a freshman who didn't get much game time, she struggled against Reagan Beers. But like if you're looking how she got on in that Big Ten tournament, so she comes up against Michigan State in a game where they were not projected to win this game. They were not expected to win this game, and she comes out with 11 huge points in 12 minutes without missing a shot. And again, Michigan State at that position, it's Grace Van Sluten Gardner. Like, she can play. Then they come out against Ohio State, who were good, by the way. She had 10 points in 15 minutes. And then Murray State in the first game of the tournament, she goes in 15 points of 7 of 11 field goals. Like, her field goal percentage went through, was crazy. And some people were thinking it was an insanity run. Like, they were a big team. Or they were a good team inside and couldn't do anything about it. Iowa should have won that game. And yeah, it's one of those things where some people thought that it was kind of an insanity run and maybe she wasn't going to keep it up coming into her sophomore year, and she's been even better. Like, she's been even better. Like, her, again, she's one of those players you just know is a guarantee. She's a guarantee, especially because she's developed that mid-range shot this year. You can see, if somebody can go from being a non-shooter to developing a mid-range shot, they can develop a 3-ball. You can. You absolutely can. Like, you look at Ava Hayden and you're like, look, there is a near guarantee that she eventually ends up as a WNBA player. She's at that level, or she's going to get drafted anyway. Making a roster is different than being drafted, but she'll be drafted. She'll absolutely be drafted. So anyway, yeah, that is a video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'll see you guys.